As a parent, of course, it's very difficult to see your child become sick. Even when they have a cold, you want to do everything you can to take away that discomfort and try to ease their pain.
Yeah, but imagine if your child is really sick and the doctors don't even know what's wrong. Imagine having to watch your child suffer, knowing the only thing you can do is to make them comfortable until their next specialist visit, or until the next round of testing, or until the next unknown episode. It can leave you feeling helpless.
Now imagine having another child with their own special needs who also requires constant attention. It seems impossible to deal with, but it is a reality for mom Selena, dad Liam, and their daughters Karissa and Kaelyn. Thankfully, Variety, the children's charity, stepped in where healthcare ended and brought comfort to a family at a time when they needed it most.
Discovering you have one child with special needs can be devastating, but trying to cope with two can be unimaginable. Sisters Kaelyn and Karissa require constant attention, expensive equipment and medication, and continual trips to hospitals and specialists. For mom Selena and dad Liam, the reality of their situation was hard to bear.
Karissa was in the hospital having surgery, and Kaelyn was at my mom's house, and she had a massive seizure. She was healthy up to a year old, and then it just sort of went downhill from there. I had a lot of tears over that. He had a lot of stress.
I kind of denied it for a long time. I didn't think it would be possible that kind of luck with two kids with two major issues wrong.
When she was just 2 years old, Karissa developed a benign tumor of blood vessels in her ear canal. Now, normally these can be surgically removed, but in Karissa's case, the tumor was wrapped around her facial nerve.
At one point, the tumor on the side of her face was as big as a softball, and it was resting on her shoulder. It was quite big, bigger than anything they'd ever seen.
Karissa's tumor caused countless problems for the little girl and her family. Sleep, for instance, was almost impossible for everyone.
She would sleep for 10-minute intervals. That was it. And then after that 10-minute, it was just pure screaming. And just not even, regular colic screaming. I'm talking like, I'm in pain, I can't handle screaming.
Selena and Liam watched over Karissa continually as she slept, jumping at any irregularity in her breathing, worried that any breath would be her last. The family was desperate for relief, and help came from Variety, the children's charity. Variety provided a much-needed CPAP machine to treat Karissa's sleep apnea, and now Karissa can breathe while she sleeps.
This is her CPAP machine. It's not too bad. It took us a really long time for her to even put the mask on. There you go. So it keeps her airway open at night.
Karissa could now sleep at night, but her problems are far from over. And while they were struggling to deal with Karissa's needs, their younger daughter, Kaelyn, was suffering through seizures that continue to be a mystery. Kaelyn requires expensive testing and needs to travel far from their home in Terrace just to try and figure out what is wrong with her.
After our last emergency, when she stopped breathing, that's when I had asked Variety to help us with the pulse oximeter, because the last one was really, really scary. She was choking on top of not breathing, so that time was really bad.
The pulse oximeter alerts Selena and Liam whenever Kaelyn is in distress, but the mysteries surrounding her condition continue to haunt the family. The special equipment that Variety has funded for the girls has helped ease the constant stresses of life at home and provided them the opportunity to create some special moments. But for Selena and Liam, the fears for their daughters are ongoing and may never end.
With Kaelyn, for sure, even if we do get a diagnosis, it's not curable. So it's not something that just we get a diagnosis and then she's cured. It's going to be a lifelong thing for her and for us to deal with.
Yeah, that's a long time. And Karissa's the same thing. They've told us that they surgically cannot remove her tumor, so it's a lifetime of pain management. The last thing you want to worry about is money when your kids are sick, and that seems to be one of your biggest worries. So with Variety, we don't have to stress about those things, and I know, somebody's there at least.
Everyone needs support, and the more that people can help, especially Variety, they've helped us out so much. The more they can help Variety is the more Variety can help people like us.
Oh, that is a beautiful family, Karissa and Kaelyn right there. It's so nice to have you as a part of our show now. Thanks so much for being here, you guys.
You're welcome.
Are you excited to be on TV as part of the 50th celebration?
Yes, but I'm very stressed out.
Oh, that's all right. I bet you're not nearly as stressed as Mom and Dad are, so I'm so glad that you guys are here too. And thank you so much for sharing your story with us. I know it is not easy to do that, but wow, how impactful when you see the good work that Variety has done for you. Talk to us a little bit about how you find the strength to go on every day and how Variety's played a part in that.
Variety has been really good to us. We can sleep. That's a big thing for us. Kaelyn recently has had a lot of medication that she's needed, so that's getting her that medication has been huge. I'm not able to go back to work, so without Variety, we couldn't afford to do these things, and they wouldn't be up every morning. So
it's a whole other level of stress when you not only when you have to deal with sick children, but when you have to deal with your own personal finances too. So I can see how that must be a huge relief. Well, let's talk about Karissa for a little bit, because she looks like such a beautiful little girl. You really, in many ways, would never know there was anything wrong with her, but the tumor is still there. So talk about the long-term prognosis for her.
Right now, she just had a bleed, so we are headed back to Calgary in May to talk about what our options are. Surgery isn't an option, so we're waiting for interventional radiology, and that's where we stand. We can't do anything, so we just keep going.
Well, she gave me the big cheeky thumbs up there.
Always.
Say, yes, we had a bleed. Great.
Yes.
You handle it with such strength and courage, and it's encouraging to see that. And also, I know with Kaelyn, are doctors any closer to making a diagnosis for her? Because there's a real mystery there.
Yeah, we, right after Variety taped this, she went down for a bunch of muscle biopsies. We have found mitochondrial dysfunction, so basically she's just not producing enough energy to run her organs. So that's sort of where we're sitting. We're still sort of trying to go a step further. So there's a bunch of medications. We have another consult coming in the end of the week, and it's just doctors and more doctors. And
it's an ongoing thing with both of the kids, and it just one thing after another for both of them, to be honest with you.
Well, it sounds like you guys could use a distraction. So let's move this forward, shall we? Because Karissa and Kaelyn, when our camera crews were visiting you guys up in Terrace, they noticed that you have a bit of a princess thing going on, that you're excited about princesses and love princesses. Would that be true?
Yep.
Kaelyn for sure?
Kaelyn for sure. Oh.
Okay, now what would you say if I told you that we had some very special friends who came all the way from their magic castle to pay a visit? What do you think, Kaelyn?
I don't think she has any words.
Good. So their magic is going to help transform you both into princesses too. What do you think about that? That's a thumbs up and an E. Sounds great. So we're going to do that. I guess you guys will take the two of them away, and we've got something special, and then we'll do a big reveal a little bit later on. How does that sound? I know you're going to be excited. You absolutely will. And they are going to, I guess you're going to visit Sonia. And we're throwing it over to Sonia right now. Okay, so that'll happen here, and we'll visit you guys a little bit later on. Thanks, Mom and Dad, for sharing your story again.
Thank you.
We'll talk to you once the transformation is complete. And now, there is no better feeling than knowing you've helped a child, that you've given them something that they thought might be impossible.
And, you know, through all the telethons that we've done with Variety, we meet these kids, and they're amazing, and we leave just feeling totally just like you're floating out of here after you've met these kids. We've seen their smiles. There's nothing better.
Then, what's that
What?
music? I hear the... Oh! That can only mean one thing. Our princesses are ready. The transformation is complete for Karissa and Kaelyn. Come on out and show us what you look like, princesses.
Wow.
Oh, this is
Those
beautiful.
are true princesses. Girls,
All right.
you look amazing. I want to get over this shot. Look at this. Look at the sparkle.
Maybe I should go over here. What do you think, Mom and Dad?
Oh, they look awesome. This is really great. They look so good.
And are you excited?
Yes.
Okay, good. I'll tell you what. Wow, now that you are all princesses, it seems like we think you're going to need somewhere to go, right? Doesn't that sound like that's probably the right thing to do? So,
Like a ball?
yeah,
Okay.
maybe something like that. So to let you know where that might
What?
be,
I
take a
know
look.
place.
Our good friend Claire Newell, president of Travel
Hi.
Best Bets, is here to join us. What have you got, Claire?
Well, I think you girls look so beautiful. And I think there's a really special place with a lot of princesses where you guys would maybe fit in a little better. Can you think of somewhere? Somewhere really special, like a magic kingdom? Because guess what? We're going to send you and your mom and dad to Southern California, to Anaheim, California. And I had some really big help to get this. So we have Alaska Airlines, who are going to be whisking you away to the fabulous vacation destination of sunny Southern California. Round-trip airfare from Vancouver for the entire family has been provided by the courtesy of the generous people at Alaska Airlines. And once you're in Anaheim, your family will be staying at the brand new Water Park Hotel by Disney, by Marriott, where it's really fun to be in the front row. The Water Park Hotel is so close that you can walk to the park, and you can, if you're in the right room, you might even be able to see the fireworks. And for all of the fun that the two princesses here can handle, all of the theme park tickets and the hotel and the airport transfers have been graciously provided by Travel Brands. And there are some big sponsors who have helped me out from these people to make this trip happen for the four of you.
Wow.
I also have called in some friends at a place called Winsett Farms here in BC, and together with Travel Best Bets, we'd like to also give you guys $500 spending money.
Wow.
So, what do you think?
Wow.
What do you think of that, you
I gotta
guys?
get over to Mom. Mom?
Wow. You might want to talk to
We're too busy tearing up. What do we think?
Good. You're going to Disneyland. We've never had a holiday. So
Wait, you've never had a family holiday?
No.
Well,
A medical trip.
It's always been a medical trip.
Yeah.
Well, guess what? This one's all about sparkling and having fun.
nothing
How
to worry about on this trip. No doctors, no nothing. Just go and have a good time. Yeah, go hug her. You probably should. She said, "Can I go hug her?" I'm like, yes. That's the most amazing thing to do right now.
What would you like folks at home to know about how Variety has helped? And if they're thinking of making a donation in our last 15 minutes, what do they need to understand about just how helpful Variety is?
It's a stress relief. Every medical cost has been so hard for us. And, just him working one job, and we never would have been able to afford to take care of our kids the way that they needed to take care of unless Variety was there for us. So it's a huge importance for people to donate, and it's just a big thing for families. So we so appreciate it, and we appreciate being here and being flown here and the whole 9 yards. It's just been really great for us. So.
Well, thank you for being here. Have an awesome, awesome time in Southern California.
Yeah, that's going to be a great trip. Claire's got the travel vouchers for you there. We know you guys are going to have a blast down there, and you think about what we've seen so far this weekend, even just in the last couple of hours, where a family got a Sunshine Family van to allow them to take their child in a wheelchair places she's never been able to go before. This kind of thing with a family that's never been on vacation. It's hard to even contemplate that, but we're so thankful to be able to provide that for you.
You know, Chris, I think we need to spray a little pixie dust for everyone for our total. How's that? Let's see what British Columbia does. Here we go.
Time to do it. Turn those numbers around. Can we bust 64?
9, 1, 3, 5, 7, 5, 6.
$6.5 million. Thank you so much, everyone, for calling, texting, and writing in. This is absolutely amazing.